All right, so I'll start that in a second. All right, so I think I'm rolling. Give me 1 second to try to check everything, make sure everything's going good. Let me see here. Okay, that's down. Let me open this up so I can see people. And we will get started in just a second. Let me close this out. Oh. All right, let me see, down. And 1 second, almost there, almost there. I just need to put this away. Okay. All right. So I'm also going to go ahead and start on Instagram. So those of you who are on Instagram, how are you? All right. So, and I've seen a couple of people do it where they do it this way. So I thought, what a good idea. I'm going to try it too. Right. So, okay. So there we go. Maybe we just tilt it no, I think it's okay. All right. So today we're going to talk about Bergamot. Sorry I wasn't with you yesterday. Yesterday was a very full day for me. We had field trip. We had, she had tap class, and then we had a play date at night at the park with one of her friends. So it was a very full day for me. There was no way I could fit that in. And then, so anyway, and then of course, you know, I ran and stuff yesterday. So I wanted to make sure I could get that all in. Okay. So today we're going to talk about bergamot oil and bergamot, I say bergamot, but this is what it looks like. And it's a lime, it's a citrus. Any of your citruses in doTERRA are, my hair is, hold on, I gotta fix that. Okay, any of the citruses in doTERRA are uplifting emotionally. So whenever you're having a hard time in life, the best thing that you can reach for is going to be your citrus oils. So also, but while we're talking about citrus real quick, I just want to bring up that citrus oils are photosensitive. And let me stop real quick for a second. Make sure that you like, you share, you give hearts, you make comments, and all those things, just so that I know that I'm meeting your needs. Because I know that you guys tell me face to face. If you could just go ahead and tell me on Facebook so that I can see it as well, that would be super helpful. And also on Instagram. I'm coming on Instagram because I heard that's where all the hearts and likes are. And so looking for some of that support. So go ahead and do that so that we can continue to do the lives. Okay, so I will get back to that point about citruses in a second because we're talking about citrus. Before I do that, though, while I'm waiting for some of you guys to come on, I know some of you guys watch this on the replay as well. Please put replay so that this piece is driving me crazy. It's been driving me crazy all morning. Okay, anyway, so when you're watching on the replay, put replay and ask me whatever questions you want to ask me or say whatever you want to say. Just come join in and have a good time. Okay, so what we're going to do is, before I begin, though, I want to also do this wonderful card. And this one says, and this goes right along with this oil, so it's a really great one to do. And this one says, your decision to reach for a thought that feels good is a powerful decision, for it serves you in many ways. The better feeling thought reverberates within you, opening passageways to your well-being. And that this reaches far beyond just the good feeling thought. So it's more than just thinking good thoughts. They do so much more for you and for your body. So, all right, bergamot oil or bergamot oil, this is what it looks like. It comes in a 15 ml bottle and it smells delish. It's amazing. This is actually, so my personal experience with this oil is it's the first oil that I emotionally connected to. Like, it was the first one. I mean, I'd used, actually it was in my early days, so I hadn't used very many oils, but I remember this is one of the first ones I kind of ventured out and into getting. And I was like, I'll try that one. And I can't remember even why I got it. I think I may have gotten it free because doTERRA has a lot of oils that you can get for free. And that's how I did it. When I first started was I wanted to get every oil. So I'm going over every oil right now. It helps me to know what oils I'm out of, so I can make my supply order and get it all stocked up. And also, it gives me an opportunity to use each oil. So every day that I'm doing this, I'm actually using the oil that I'm talking about. So I'm going to use this oil all day. And I thought I was going to do this oil yesterday, so I was using this oil all yesterday, but I'm going to use it today. So all I'm going to do is just put it in my hands, just a drop. And I'm going to smell it. That's it. It's that easy. I'm going to smell it. I could also rub it on the back of my neck. And I could also, this one does have a supplemental facts on it. So I can actually put this one under my tongue as well if I wanted to. Then what I wanted to say, this, when putting it on your skin topically, something that you need to know is that all citrus oils, and then there's a couple of other oils as well that are photosensitive, which means that they could perpetuate or assist with a sunburn. So meaning that it's, if you go outside after you put this, say I put it on my face, I could put this oil on my face if I wanted to. First, I'm sure it has great skin properties in it. But if I went outside, I would get a sunburn for sure. So last year I put Breathe oil on the bridge of my nose because I was having some seasonal threats. And when I put Breathe oil on there, I forgot. And then I went outside and I got a sunburn, like right where I put the oil. So just know that that could potentially happen. So what I would do is if I wanted to put this oil, hey, sweetie, you need frankincense?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Because we're playing.
Well, there's, I made a roller bottle, but it's in the room. I don't have a roller bottle. I just have the oil.
You got 2 cameras?
Yeah, I'm doing one on Instagram and I'm doing the other one on Facebook.
You got Instagram?
Yeah, I have it. I just haven't ever really used it. So, all right, let me see.
Am I still too little?
Where's your
for
hand?
Instagram? This one.
Okay.
Here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna do this. Come here. Where else? What did you do?
He wouldn't get off the swing, so I had to fight him off the swing, and I slipped on the grass.
Okay. Okay. All right. You all right?
Against the car.
You okay?
Can you put some right there because it's still like.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and use that one right up there for me as well. Oh, hi, James. How are you? See, I just took care of our daughter, our amazing oils and what they do for our family. So she came in to get frankincense because frankincense is one that we use. Where'd the lid go? Oh, I put it on the wrong bottle. Oh, no, that's it. Frankincense is one that we use for occasional pain. So that's why. And she knows because she's an oil user as well. Okay, so so I was talking about going out in the sun and using citrus oil. So this is a citrus oil. You want to make sure that if you're going to put this on your skin, say I found out that it's really great during our talk today for, it is. It's great for supporting your skin with acne. And if you have oily skin, you can use this oil as well. And then other things that make your skin unhappy, you could actually use this oil. So if I wanted to, I would use it at night and I would put it with my facial, whatever I use, like for my facial stuff. So I could put the drop of oil in my hand and then I could put the lotion and then just put it all on my face. And I use the Virage lotion, which is doTERRA's lotion. And so I could put it on my face and I would do it at night because you have to wait 12 hours before you go out into the sun. But you can still use the citrus oil on an exposed area of your body. It's just, you don't want to do it if you're going to go right out in the sun, especially since summer's coming. So that is the precaution of the citrus oils. So let's talk about bergamot specifically. So we have this oil. Hi, Trisha, how are you? Yay, you finally caught me on. Normally yours is a replay, so I appreciate that. And I really appreciate every time that you say replay and all the hearts that you give me and all the thumbs up and all the love that you give me. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So let's talk about this oil. So we're talking about this one. And what would you want to use it for? You can use it for, you can apply it to the back of your neck and the bottom of your feet for addictive feelings of, that, I guess that's what you would call it. Hi, yay. Oh, I got roses today. That's beautiful. Thank you. Also, you can do it for sleepy time. So if you have trouble at the nighttime, you can do it then as well. You can use this oil and you can just diffuse it in your diffuser by your bed, or you could put it on your feet, or you could smell in your hands like I did. You can also use it when you feel like you're under a lot of stress, like your body is under a lot of stress, either emotionally or just something of that sort. And so you can use it the back of your neck, the bottom of your feet, or you could just diffuse it. If you are having issues with your musculoskeletal system, especially in your joint area, or if you're having a cramping sensation, occasional cramping sensation in your legs, you could also use this oil as well. So when I was talking about using deep blue oil, which is generally what we use for our muscle tension, you can also use basil oil, which was great for that. And you can also use bergamot. So pretty amazing. You can also use this oil for fungus, and so any kind of fungal thing. So if you're having something fungal on your body, so let me see what the properties are. The properties are, it is anti-inflammatory, which basil was as well. It's antidepressant. We'll talk about that one in a second. It's antibacterial, which I just kind of talked about, and then antifungal, right? And then it's a digestive stimulant. So like basil as well was a digestive oil as well that you can use for your digestive system. You can also use bergamot oil. And so it says that you can use it for, okay, I can't say that. We already talked about skin. So just know that it is an antibacterial. That's really important. So anything that causes like a bacterial anything in your body, you can use this oil for it. And remember, you can put this in your mouth because this one does have a supplemental facts. It's lime. So you can see the picture. It's lime. That's what this oil is. It's a specific lime. And you can use it if you want to, so let me see. You can use it if you want to create the feeling of hunger inside of your body, you can use it. But the reason why why people fall in love with this oil is, we'll talk about in a second when we talk about emotions, but the reason why people fall in love with this oil is actually for the emotional property, because this is the oil of, what is it? It's the oil of self-acceptance. So it has a lot to do with your self-worth. I think that's why a lot of people are like, oh, I just love, every time I ask people, they're like, oh, I love that oil. That's an amazing oil. I love that oil. I think it's because of the way it makes you feel about yourself. And, that's why people like dogs so much, because dogs make you feel so great about yourself. They just come running up and they're so excited to see you all the time. And they're genuinely interested in you. That makes you feel really good about yourself. Well, it's kind of how I would describe this oil as well. It makes you fall in love with yourself. So if you're having feelings of inadequacy and you want to feel more worthy, then this is an oil that you can incorporate into your life. However you want to do it. You could put it in your skincare. You can put it under your tongue. You could put it in your water. You could put it on your feet. You could just make it a part of your routine every day that this oil touches your body. That's why this oil, I don't know if you can see, but it's pretty much empty. Like I'm like, oh, that's going to be on my April order. I mean, I didn't look at that. I never really talk about this, but if you want to join doTERRA, I want to make sure that I invite you once again. If you're not working with anybody and you want to work with somebody and you want somebody to support you, that would be me. So if you're not working with somebody else already and you'd like some support, then you want to either just get an oil at retail, or you want to do membership, or you just want to go full blown out like I did and get a kit and really get started, I'd really appreciate it if you would come to me. Okay, so this oil, let's talk about its emotional properties. Okay, so, and it's those of you who are members of doTERRA, this beautiful oil, this oil is inside of there. So those of you trying to recreate this oil, since doTERRA doesn't sell it anymore, this blend, this is an amazing blend. That's what I was using before I started coming on here. Okay, so what I was going to tell you is on the bottom, there's a lot number. So remember I told you when I'm talking about oils, I'm only talking about doTERRA essential oils. I'm not talking about store-bought ones or any other company. doTERRA is far above other companies because doTERRA tests their oils 54 times. 54 different ways. It's really difficult to match what we're doing. We have a lot of money that's pumped in our company so that we can do that. And it's difficult for companies to duplicate that. We're not duplicatable at all. We have stepped out of the essential oil world to do something different, to do something more expansive, to be the leaders. And so, so people who say that they're like doTERRA, that's kind of the common thing that people are saying now, oh, we're like doTERRA. They're not. It's really difficult. Lots of companies are actually going out of business because they're trying to match doTERRA's model, but doTERRA's been doing this for a while, and we're a large company, you know? So what that is right there is, it's, you go to source2u.com, you put that lot number in right there, and then it'll tell you what, all about this oil. It'll tell you all the testing on this oil. So there you go. That's how you do that. That's how we know. Let's talk about the emotional aspects. So this is a great oil to use when you're judging yourself. When you find that you're judging yourself or you're judging others. It's funny, I was listening to that song, I'm only human. I bleed when I fall down. I was listening to that one, and I was like, man, for those people who feel, as I used to, like, before I started like really working on myself, I used to find myself judging as I scrolled through Facebook, and I'm like, oh, what a horrible person am I? And I can't believe I'm sitting there judging these poor people. Like, why would I do that? And so I've done a lot of work on that. And so now I'm really good at, I actually used Facebook to help me not do that anymore. I used it to correct the brain pattern that I was having. So if I went through and I thought something bad about a post, then I would go, you know, no, like that's not right. And I'd start to sit there and try to rewire that pathway in my brain to say, no, that's not who I am, and that's not who I choose to be. I don't choose to do that. And I'm not talking down on myself or judging myself. I'm choosing something different. So, but I was thinking, man, if people would listen to the song I'm Only Human while they scroll through Facebook, you can't think anything bad about a person while you're listening to that song. You know what I mean? You're like, we're all human. Like, we all make mistakes. We're all on the same journey. We're all in this together. And there's no right or wrong. We all get to make whatever choices we want to make, type of thing like that, right? So it's just something to think about. If you're struggling with that, use some Bergamot, play the song Only Human, and scroll through Facebook and really help your brain not to compare and not to judge people. And sometimes the judgment isn't like you're a bad person. It's just what we've been taught. We've been taught to compare. We've been taught to judge. We've been given grades all of our life. We've been given observations. So as soon as we get into our workforce, our job, we start becoming reviewed and observed. And then you start talking to other people. What was yours like? What was theirs like? And you're comparing, and you're constantly comparing to see where you fit in this thing called life. And the thing is we just fit in. Like, there is no right or wrong. The way you do it is different than the way I do it. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You may be Democratic, Republican, Libertarian. It's all a balance, and it's all needs to be there. And if we all thought alike, the world would be really boring and not fun to be in. So it's good that there's contrast, that we can go, you know, I don't really want that in my life. I want this in my life. You know, I don't really, and I think like Facebook kind of starts that, because you're like, oh, I don't want that. Like, oh, I don't want to live in the snow. You know what I mean? Or whatever kind of crazy thought you think when you're scrolling. You're like, oh, I don't want to have 5 dogs. It seems like too many for me, or whatever, right? And so that's just helping you decipher and decide what you want in life. And so I don't know, it's kind of the way I was thinking about it. But anyway, this is a great oil to use if you're having that problem of judgment, of judging yourself or judging other people. And really, when we're judging other people, if you're finding that you're judging a lot of people, take a step back, because the judgment is really coming from inside your heart. It's coming inside from you. So if you are criticizing, condemning, and complaining and all of those things, you're probably doing that to yourself 100,000 times more than you're doing it on the outside. The outside is just a symptom of the manifestation, what's happening inside of you. So take a step back, use a great oil like Bergamot, and really start to incorporate it into your life so that you can overcome that, and you can go around that, and it doesn't have to be who you are. Okay, so self-acceptance, self-love. And it helps you to see the world through the eyes of optimism, helps you develop a different paradigm. It helps you kind of maybe remove some of, hi Sherry, remove some of that, whatever's been clogging and making it unclear what, what your life is about. So this is a great one for that. It has a very cleansing property to it, which will help, it helps people when they feel stuck. So if you're feeling very stagnant in your life and your life doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, because you have core beliefs of being a bad person, maybe you feel unloved, maybe there was, you don't feel good enough. And sometimes these are so deep that people don't realize how deep they are. They don't realize that it started when they were kids. It started maybe when, it could have been like even just, it could have been anywhere. Like us as parents, we don't mean to do anything bad to our kids. We love our kids, but the way your children take things sometimes has nothing to do with you. It's their own life experience. And maybe somewhere along the line, you as a child felt unloved. You felt alone. You felt like you were bad. And it could just be something as simple as you got in trouble, but you really internalized that as something really bad, and you held on to it for a long time. So if you have core beliefs that maybe even hidden, and these are what we call limiting beliefs, that make it difficult for you to move on and advance into the world, into the next step and the next place, then what you want to do is you want to incorporate this oil in your life. You just want to start using it. 3 times a day would be minimum. So when I get that way, and I get that way, everybody gets that way. We get kind of down on ourselves. This is the oil I choose. That's why it's like empty. This is the oil I choose. And I seriously will use it constantly throughout the day. I mean, every 15 to 30 minutes if I need to. I'm not afraid to use oils. I love oils. I'll put them on me like that. So when I smell this one and I'm having that kind of thing, I'll put it in my little necklace right here. Anything I got to do, cotton ball, put that, put it on my shirt. I don't care. I'll put it, just get it on you. And that's the best. All right. So, and then you don't have to fake your cheerfulness anymore. You don't have to fake being happy. You can actually start to pull those feelings out of you by using an oil to help you, because oils actually, they work with your cellular structure. So the molecules can get into, they can break through the cellular wall. Well, most medications cannot do that, but the oils can. And they actually, because we are of plant matter as well, I mean, organic matter, I guess I would say that, it works very symbiotically and very nicely together. And it can help the DNA in those places that have been damaged through life's trauma. There you go. All right, so it's also great for people who have a lot of fear in their life, and for revealing who they really are and their true thoughts. And they're afraid that maybe if people found out who I was, they wouldn't really like me. Hi, Stormy. So this is a really great one, because a lot of us, and I do it and have done it, hide through this mask of cheerfulness, this, trying, like, not showing people who we really are, and learning how to hide. And we started to learn how to hide when we were kids. Like, that was something we learned pretty early on, when our parents were like, don't cry, and you're not allowed to cry, and go in your room, don't show me you're sad, and all of those things. I mean, so as we got to be really great adults who became really good at hiding our feelings, right? So this is a great one for that. It's very cleansing, because like, it's a citrus, and all citruses are cleansing and uplifting. So this is an oil that actually brings hope. And so the main thing that people are missing when they're in the lowest parts of their life is they're missing hope. They're missing the glimmer of light. They can't see their own light. And so why would they, it's hard to see any light when you're in that. So this is great for that. When you're feeling down and very hopeless, because remember, it says it in there, one of the properties of it is that it's antidepressive, something like that, as an actual property. Antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, antidepressant was one of them that it said. So I actually use this oil more than anything for my emotional state. So it's just one that I'm never without. Like it's like got maybe a quarter left and I'm freaking out. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, April, come soon so I can do my monthly order so I can get another one. Right. So if you need your soul to be awakened, and you need some hope, and you need the courage to come from down deep inside yourself and your inner self, then this is an oil that you would use. It will help you to reignite optimism. It will help you to feel more confident in who you are. And eventually, if you use this oil as much as I have, I'm almost out, you'll start to learn to accept who you are and that everything about you is beautiful. It teaches us to let go of self-judgment and helps you to learn to love yourself. So if you're looking for unconditional love, this is unconditional love in a bottle. That's basically what it is. So we know that we have to learn to love ourselves first before anybody could love us. So if you're on that journey and it's something that you need to do and work through, which hint, hint, we all do. So you're not alone. All of us need to do it. So this is a great oil, and it's not much either. I want to say it's for this $250 drops. I think it's $20 maybe. Also, I'd have to look that up for you, but anyway, I'll put the link. I always do. I'll put the link connected to this video on where you can get it. I'll always put the actual oil that I'm going over, the ABC oils is what I'm calling it, because I'm going over all of them. I'm going to put the oil there, and otherwise I'm going to put down below it what I recommend is actually a kit, because that's how I got started, but you don't have to do that. And then whatever the promotion is. So if I'll give you the kit that's going to give you the maximum benefit for your money, which will be whatever the promotion is, that you can get all the free stuff. Okay, but anyway, you could just always get just a membership in the oil. You could do retail, but I really think that once you start using oils anyway, that you're just going to be like, oh, I should have got a membership, because that happens all the time. All right, so the emotions that it could help you with. So if you're on the emotional guidance scale and it's really low, and you're in despair, and you have your self-esteem is really, really low, and it's you know, emergency low, right? Like it's beeping like, oh, we're way down here. Or you have a lot of self-judgment, because maybe judgment was something that you experienced as a child all the time. Maybe you have a parent who critiqued you a lot, or a teacher, or something of that sort where you got critiqued a lot. Self-judgment, then what happens is we take all of that criticism our whole lives, and then we teach ourselves how to do it. And then our inner critic, that's where the inner critic comes from. The inner critic is actually, because children don't actually have inner critics. Crazy, but we actually we invite that inner critic in as we get older. We're like, oh yeah, my teacher, or my whoever, my coach, or maybe a parent, oh, that person's not around anymore. Knock, knock, knock. Oh, come on in, join the party, come with me through my life experience, and sit there and judge me all the time, because it's going to feel normal to me, and it's going to feel right. So if you're feeling unlovable or hopeless, this is an oil for you. And so that's basically about it. I mean, we could say the ones that it works well with, but so you can use any oils together. Like if I wanted to, I could use frankincense and bergamot together. And why would I want to do that? Because frankincense magnifies any oil by 10 times. What does that mean? It's one of the highest vibration oils. So you add it to this oil, boom. It's like a magnetic effect. So anyway, so check that out. I'll go ahead and leave the links. Thank you so much for joining me on this Saturday. Looks like tomorrow or the next time I come on, I don't know if it's tomorrow, because I think I have a busy day tomorrow, but birch, we're not going to go over birch because it's not sustainable. The only way that you actually can get birch, or you used to be able to get it, was if you went to convention. They would give everybody who went to convention and got a convention ticket that bought a kit at convention, the convention kit, they gave you a free birch. But they didn't do it last year because there's so many people that go to convention now. So it's kind of, I don't know if they're going to do it next year either. It's something that it's not very sustainable. So maybe they'll do a promotion or something to get birch. Birch is pretty awesome, but I'm not going to go over it. So next time we're going to talk about black pepper. black pepper is amazing. I can't wait to share it with you. So hop on next time that I'm on so you can learn a little bit about black pepper. When I'm done going over all the oils, I'm actually going to go over every single product that doTERRA has so that you can understand why would you want to get a membership with doTERRA, because they have everything. so like I'm about to do my April order, and I'm going to do all of my personal care products, my shampoo, my conditioner. Well, I don't need conditioner or shampoo right now, but generally I do that. I do need mouthwash. I do need toothpaste. So those will definitely go on my order. And wonder what else I have on there. Cleaning stuff I just bought, and so I don't need that this month. Anyway, so I generally have like the personal care order, and then I have like my oils, but we'll see. We'll see how many oils I'm missing too, because right now it seems like I'm good. Well, not really. I need bergamot. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it, and have a wonderful day. Bye, Instagram. I have not been ignoring you. It's just I've never really been on here before, and I'm really excited to do that with you guys. Thanks so much, and I will see you again soon. And that's off. And that's off.